Lots of people have talked about how to change institutions of criminal legal processing using approaches that focus on reduction of bias or making the institutions more accurate or even more efficient. We take a different approach and we say, well, these institutions, like public schools, are the primary institutions that the state actually educates citizens. I'm Tracey Meares. I'm a legal scholar and I teach at Yale Law School. As a legal scholar, I've been interested in problems of safety deprivation in communities, urban communities in particular. A lot of those problems are associated with violence, but it turns out that the causes of violence in community are associated with a lot of other social problems with which people are familiar, problems of lack of housing, food insecurity, low education attainment, and so on. So this year at Russell Sage, I am working on a book project with my co-author, Ben Justice, who's a historian. And what we're doing is taking a civic education approach to transformation of institutions of criminal legal processing. So what does that mean? So taking a civic education approach to transformation of institutions of criminal legal processing means being attentive to what those institutions do and what they don't do. We examine 3 institutions: adjudication, that's courts, we look at jails, and we look at police and look at the ways in which those institutions do or do not actually enhance citizenship. Let's take courtrooms, for example. Courtrooms, they're set up in very particular ways designed to teach people about fairness and the legitimacy of the state. But the reality is very few people who are actually criminal defendants get the benefit of that education in a courtroom because most people plead guilty and therefore there are no juries and so on. So the educational benefit of adjudication is lost, and we have ideas about how to change that. Now let's think about jails. There is absolutely nothing educative, at least from a civic standpoint, about a jail. So one implication of the work that we're doing in this book is to make a very strong argument to abolish the jail. Now, there might be other reasons for having a jail, but from a civic education standpoint, it's hard to find one. And police, the third institution that we're dealing with in the book, falls somewhere in the middle. There are educative aspects of dealing with police, as my work with my co-author, Tom Tyler, also a former Russell Sage scholar, shows. And there are ways in which the education that individuals who interact with police is fundamentally inconsistent with citizenship. It's obviously such an honor to be selected as a visiting scholar at the Russell Sage Foundation, and I expected it to be a year of growth and enrichment. What I didn't expect was that it would be so much fun. I have met amazing people. Our cohort is not only brilliant, but supportive. In the first couple weeks I was here, I described it to a friend at home that a year at Russell Sage is like sleepaway camp for adults. And I would love the opportunity to be able to do it again.